The women's 400 meters delivered another spectacular showdown, featuring Olympic champion Marileidy Paulino, rising NCAA stars, seasoned international finalists, and some of the fastest quarter-milers in the world. What started as a tactical battle quickly turned into a demonstration of championship racing as Paulino once again proved why she remains the woman to beat over one lap of the track. But that wasn't the only story of the day. From a dramatic lane mix-up that sparked confusion among commentators to Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone's dominant display in the long hurdles group, this meeting showcased both the depth and the star power currently shaping women's sprinting.
Compare my thimble full of knowledge in the 400 meters to Sonia Richard-Ross's wash tub full of knowledge in this event. Women's long sprints, the 400 meters.
And this is the Olympic champion here. Marileidy Paulino out in lane 8 was Alexis Holmes. Another great field assembled for the long sprints.
Got a rubber match because here's Salwa Eid Naser, who won in Kingston and then was second in Miami.
She ran 48.6 in Kingston early season. That was just mind-blowing. But so have been a lot of the performances here at Grand Slam. This is Nikisha Price, the NCAA champion while at Arkansas. She's just in her debut season as a professional athlete, so it's going to take her a little time to get back to form, but she's still someone to watch.
Lane 4, Livia Nilsson. We already saw her sister run. She's 3 times a British champ at this distance, twice outdoor and once indoor.
This is Isabella Whitaker. Went to school here at UPenn, had a phenomenal indoor season, broke the NCAA record. She ran 49.24 indoors. If that's indicative of what she's gonna do, she's ready to do something special here outdoor.
She came back and she said, they already gave my locker away. She's like, I left and my parents changed my room.
That's how it goes.
Like, wait, how does that happen? Charlene Maudsley from Ireland, 50.71 she ran in the Olympic Games in Paris.
This is Jessica Gabai from Philly, competes for the Ivory Coast, 2024 African champion at 200 meters and has their record in the 300 and 400 as well.
Set.
Paulino with Eid Naser. Just Paulino following Alexis Holmes, who starts quickly if she often does down the back straight or into the back straight. Alexis Holmes with a good lead at the moment, you would say that, very early in this 400 meters. And Paulino just feeling that Eid Naser has moved up. So is Nikisha Price. Then a bit of a gap to the other athletes. Nielsen right in the middle in lane 4. This is going to be close, this one. Look at Eid Naser. She's taking it to her. It's going to lead through 300 meters. As they come up this long bend, Eid Naser's half a meter. Paulino starting to pull her back. Nikisha Price still going well. Paulino almost looks as though she changes gear. And Paulino finds an extra gear, and off she goes. Paulino takes the win. 49.12. That was awesome. That was a guy, excuse me, an athlete who is Eid Naser's in the wrong lane.
Oh, wow. She is definitely in the wrong lane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that a DQ?
Well,
because she's not inhibiting.
Not at this point. It's if she went lane 4.
It looked like just in the straightaway. If she did it in the straightaway, I think she's okay because she's not inhibiting.
If she does it in the straightaway
anybody.
and she doesn't inhibit the other athlete, she should be okay.
Right. Now, if there was an advantage gained on the turn in any way.
Have you ever seen one of those big train junctions where all the lines cross and you're never quite sure how they...
Yeah.
Well, I think the signals hadn't been set properly here. Because
Well, Paulino was in her lane.
Yeah, we're just double checking. We haven't seen a DQ yet, and I don't expect we will see one. I don't know if that ever happened to MJ. Switch lanes in the home straight. Good spot, Carrie.
Very good spot.
12 points for Paulino. 5, which would be a shame. She's been a brilliant athlete her whole career and would be, or is enjoying being part of Grand Slam. Sian Salmon, decent draw for her in 7 years. She was 6th in the hurdle event. Just need to judge this right, the athletes. I think Sydney will certainly be able to do that. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, done this so many times, such a great exponent over all the sprints, never mind with there's hurdles in the way. Rochelle Clayton, 32-year-old Jamaican, has run a flat 400 already this year, in a fairly swift 52.3 thereabouts, not too far off that personal best you can see in the caption. Adrianette Knight, her teammate, similarly indoors for her though, 52.8. Normally you run quicker outdoors than indoors. So this is Peters of the Netherlands, a big part of the Dutch very successful 4x4 and mixed 4x4 squad that does so well at Olympics and Worlds. And then Cassandra Tate of the USA on the inside. Just might find the others moving away from her here, particularly I think with Peters in the lane 3. Just got held a little bit longer by the starter there, but they're away and gone. McLaughlin-Levrone already making ground, and we've just had a pull-up from Rochelle Clayton, who's pulled up in the first 100 meters, maybe trying to hang on to the American, who knows. Going very quickly, Cassandra Tate, right on the inside, has started exceptionally quickly through the first 200 meters, but it's McLaughlin-Levrone out in lane 6, smoothly making their way around the top bend. Cassandra Tate, eyed on the inside, has run an excellent first 300, but is she going to pay for that as they come into the wind in the home straight? Sydney out on her own as we expected it to be, then it's going to be a real scrap for the minor places behind her. Tate is just starting to tread water in the home straight there, but it's Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone who's going to come through to make it 2 wins in the women's long hurdles. It's 50.32. Knight just took second place. It was tough out there, the wind was never going to make that easy, but the victory was never really in doubt. It was just a case of how quick and by how far. Well, the answer was almost 2 seconds, which in the 400 meters is a long, long way. It has to be said, though, that Knight has run her season's best, and Dalila Muhammad in the 52-second mark. So there's our winner. There's our slam winner, our final slam winner of the first Grand Slam track. As we said, if you're going to run that quick for 400 hurdles, of course you can run quick on the flat.
Yeah, being able to run 48 seconds in the flat 4 as a 4 hurdler is unheard of. She ran 22 seconds into a headwind in the 200 last season. So speed-wise, she's not even comparable to some of these women out here. So I think she may even surprise us later on in the year and say, look, I'm going to go to the World Championship to run the 4.
Or maybe the 800.
I don't know about that.
I would love to see her run an 800 or 2, but I don't know if she wants to.
But I mean, really, just going through the motions here and just securing the money, you know, it's an easy 400,000 for her if she goes through all 4 and dominates the way she's doing. But if she wants to really test herself and test some of the other competitors and show what she can do in other events, she's gonna jump in that long sprints and go against some of those.
With 100 meters to go, it looked like the race was finally about to deliver a major upset. Salwa Eid Naser had taken control of the pace and entered the decisive stage of the race in front, putting real pressure on the favorite and forcing everyone to wonder, could this be the day Marileidy Paulino gets beaten? But this is exactly where champions separate themselves from everyone else. Paulino never panicked. She refused to chase too early, stayed composed, and trusted her race plan. Then, at the moment when most athletes were already reaching their limit, she unleashed something special. Over the final stretch, Paulino found another gear. Her stride became more powerful, her rhythm sharper, and the gap began to grow with every step. Naser fought hard to respond, but there was simply no answer to the Dominican star's finishing speed. Crossing the line in 49.12 seconds, Paulino didn't just win another race, she sent a message to the entire world. Once again, she proved why she remains the gold standard in the women's 400 meters. It's not only her speed that makes her dangerous, it's her ability to read a race perfectly and strike when it matters most. Then the spotlight shifted to another superstar, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. If Paulino won through patience and tactical brilliance, Sydney won through sheer dominance. From the moment the race began, she looked completely in control. Every stride was smooth, every movement effortless, and every phase of the race seemed calculated to perfection. It felt less like a competition and more like a demonstration of what world-class excellence looks like. Her winning time of 50.32 seconds, combined with a massive margin of victory, reignited one of the biggest debates in track and field today: just how fast could Sydney run if she fully committed to the flat 400 meters? The question is becoming impossible to ignore. What makes this era so fascinating is that women's one-lap sprinting now has two extraordinary forces at the top. On one side stands Marileidy Paulino, the reigning queen of the 400 meters. On the other stands Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone, an athlete who continues to redefine what a 400-meter hurdler is capable of achieving. And as the season moves closer to the biggest championships of the year, one thing is becoming increasingly clear: we may be witnessing the beginning of one of the most exciting storylines in modern track and field, and that wraps up another incredible chapter in the world of track and field. Will Marileidy Paulino continue her reign over the women's 400 meters? Can Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone take her dominance to an entirely new level? The answers are still ahead of us, and the road to the biggest championships of the season is only getting more exciting. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Who impressed you the most today, Paulino or McLaughlin-Levrone? Thank you for watching and for being part of this amazing community. This was Zap, and I'll see you in the next video.